Well, well. Good, you were on time. Were you followed? Are you sure? Good. Because this is strictly confidential. You are not to be seen with these substances, publicly at least. You are not to flaunt them on social media. You are not to tell your friends about them. If you want top quality products, then you must absolutely follow each and every single rule. Do you understand? Good. I have a certain set of products to show you, and each of them will have their pros and cons. Because we want to be able to reach a more diverse audience, you are limited to purchasing only 3 items. I understand your feedback, but the rules are the rules. We would not be able to engage in this way if we did not have them. So, I will begin. We start with a raw product. These are vials of salts sourced from all over the world. Ethically, of course. But without the regulatory gaze of their nation's leaders. After all, products as rare as this, well, it would be much better to procure them all. Hush, hush. I will begin with this. Recognize the scent, the color. A nice pastel green. Not to be taken for granted. This was sourced all the way from Southeast Asia. Thankfully, their jungles have been keeping these secrets from most of the world and provide only the richest substances that could turn any rough skin into a smooth, soft, beautiful sculpture. So it's almost like you put this in your bath and it turns into the fastest, most magical way to give you the best results. It smells lovely, doesn't it? It was hard to find the right people to get us the right batch. We don't want to over-harvest them, of course. Again, it is best to keep these things on the down low. But this is just the beginning. This one, deep dark blue, and if you can see, the vial has some herbal pieces. You must be wondering what they are. It's amazing what you can do when you combine two beautiful ingredients in a very raw fashion. This is sea salt taken from the Dead Sea, as you would know, but it is combined with a very peculiar herb. This herb was procured from hills abandoned in Europe. Our staff was quite surprised one day when a specific, how should I say this, a peculiar personality came over and said that he was willing to source us with one of the best ingredients he has ever, shall I say, created. These types of things are, again, all hush hush, low-key, under the table. But we were able to convince him that we can properly take care of his goods and produce an equally good product out of this ingredient. Now, as for the benefits, a teaspoon of this in your bath is powerful stuff. The perfumes, the aroma, the ambiance that this creates, almost as if you have been transported to a different realm. I quite like this one. But this, very dangerous to get one of these. Has to do with volcanoes. You gotta find them from the Pacific Ring of Fire, and then you have to find the right people who would be willing to risk such an endeavor. Of course, it doesn't come with low costs. They have to be properly paid for, of course. This is a dangerous one. This is peak chemistry in a vial. My top customers keep wanting to have a bottle of this. In fact, it is a miracle that you would even see one in my hands right now. Usually, when we announce this, we are sold out in the next 2 minutes. But I kept this one for you because I think you might enjoy this little spicy, hot, powerful transformation in a bottle. There are some instructions that will come with this, because like most ingredients that are actives, your body, your skin will need to get used to this. Take a sniff of it. Gorgeous. Really earthy, really hot. It truly is the only way to express such a powerful raw being. We're very thankful to our friends in the Pacific who brave these dangerous places to get us these. Now I know you're a little bit excited, but once we're done with the raw ingredients, let's talk about something more compact. Soaps. Now, when you expressed to me what you were looking for, a company like ours will have thousands and thousands of products at our reach, but I have narrowed it down to 3. Now, that being said, soaps are not the only thing I have to show you, because I realized I forgot one more thing. This is the Mac Daddy of all exfoliants. Now, I did not show this with you when I offered you the raw ingredients because this is chemically processed exfoliants. They may look like regular salt that has been collected from salt flats, but I assure you, this is insane. Take a bit. Feel it in your hands. In fact, why don't I do this? I'm going to take a pinch. And just see how bright, how illuminating these salts are when seen at this angle. This is not raw stuff. These were chemically perfected with different concoctions, different ingredients sourced from all over the world. Take it, pinch it, roll it in your hands, in your fingers even. Just a bit. Dip it down on this pan right here. Now feel your hands. Smooth, isn't it? And all you had to do was roll just a couple Just a pinch, just a couple of grams, milligrams even, to get amazing results. Now this stuff, since it can be chemically processed, it takes a while to complete, but we can definitely create them in much larger batches. This, as you can see, was definitely not just 100 grams. This is equal to about 500 grams. Sold in this customized container for discretion and its protection. We do not want any form of light. We do not want any form of wind, air that might come in. We don't want any of those contaminating this entire can. Use it only when you want to. Now for this display purposes, of course, I get to play with this. But the real product, when it's packaged to you, is in a beautiful, luxurious jar that we have designed our own to suit its sensitivities. To the soaps. As I said, I've narrowed down the products to 3. These are not as difficult to find as the first 3 products that I've shown you. But that said, they are tricky to create. This is gorgeous. Comes from herbal resources in Africa. Quite hard to find. The deserts could be a tricky place to navigate, but it truly is a wonder to have and behold. Wait, this is only for you if you purchase it. Let me get you a demo piece. Smell it. Beautiful, isn't it? Floral, citrusy, herby at the same time, but none of these seem to be overpowering each other. Beautiful blend. You can try it in your hands if you'd like. Just pop in over the sink over there, and we should be good. Now, I put some for myself too, but only because I want you to not just observe the difference in your skin, but in mine too. Because after all, consistency is the true test of quality. Even the scent sort of is the same, but it almost evolves the more you use it, the more you rub your hands together. It doesn't thud as much because we are only focused, of course, in the raw ingredients with very little processes as possible. Now, let me just rinse this and I will get back to you. I must share with you that the soaps are very well loved by my clients. But this particular one is special. Don't be fooled by the plainness and the color and the shape and in the scent. My clients seem to enjoy this because when they combine it with any of the 3 bottles that I just showed you a while ago, and some of the products that I will share, this one truly brings them all to life and gives them exponential impact. This came all the way from East Asia. I won't tell you which countries. As you may notice, I tend to be secretive about what they are specifically, because I do not want any competitors trying to steal our formulas, our ingredients, and our products. It is how we stay at the top of our game, after all. But yes, the ingredients all come from East Asia. It's very interesting to find as well, as it takes my team hours of expeditions in various territories and land regions in order to procure all of the ingredients for this. Again, do not be fooled by its simplistic look. This is a powerful extension of everything I sell. Now, let's move on to our bottled products. We have things for hydration, let's see, exfoliation, and other, shall I say, benefits. Some of these are still quite experimental, and so the effects could be all pleasant but differing. Should you choose to purchase one of these, I highly recommend that we keep an open line with each other so that we know what else the effects of these products can provide. Let's begin with this moisturizing milk. I'm not afraid to tell you that this is milk. But what makes this interesting, useful, powerful are the processes, ingredients, and steps taken to first harvest the milk in the first place, and to second create such a beautiful piece like this. Take a whiff. Luxurious, isn't it? There's a specific celebrity you might know who tried to order as much of these as she can. She claims that it is definitely more effective than any of the estheticians and dermatologists that she has visited. Powerful stuff this is, and I think it would make a fine addition to your set, considering what you have told me over our communications. This is what I would highly recommend. Now this, my God, it is heaven in a bottle. This is an exfoliant. Sourced ingredients, we sourced our ingredients from different areas of Europe and Southeast Asia. The blend of 2 continents, 2 regions. Truly a delight. This, my goodness. Go ahead. As you can see, there's nothing quite like it, right? You have never, ever smelled such perfection. Such a blend, such a balance between so many ingredients. 27 raw ingredients collected for this, and that is only to produce its exfoliating benefits. A couple more ingredients were added to preserve its effects. This is also a favorite of mine. And if you can see here, right at the bottom, you will notice yes, exactly. It's the same salt that's been chemically processed that I just showed you a while ago. So at least you know one of its ingredients. Now, I must share with you this one. You don't know what this is, isn't it? This is the experimental piece. I try to show it to as many of my clients as possible. I've never had any bad experiences, and I have never heard any bad stories, but this, that we mass produce this. This has the power to shift the world. Mostly also because getting all of the ingredients for this one is That's why we prefer to produce only small quantities of it. Very simple, subtle, sweet scent. But if you notice, it seems very unappealing at first. Simple yellow liquid. Could almost be mistaken for a dishwasher liquid. But if you come a little closer here, if I shake it a bit, I can't hear it as much because it is a thick liquid after all. Let me try it again. There we go. Very simple yellow liquid. Almost like a dishwasher liquid, right? But if you look a little closer, if you observe, there's a little bit of sparkle in it. But I assure you that's not glitter. In fact, if I shake it just a little bit, you will find, indeed, there's a little bit of a color shift from the top to the bottom. Now, this, I will say, has had plenty of, or has been a source of plenty of conversation within the bath underworld, shall we say. People seem to think it's stuff from mermaids. There's almost a mythological quality of it. But again, we haven't concluded this experiment yet. So, I cannot tell you what these benefits are, save from what you have originally asked. Exfoliating, moisturizing, brightening, all of these is available here. However, it seems to have also shifted a couple of, or not shifted, but also include all of these different benefits according to my clients. I won't share them with you now because I would not want you to have a placebo effect. But if you choose, I can offer this at a discount. After all, you don't know what you're paying for yet. But I've had some return clients over this one. Quite a lot of them, in fact. If they weren't so difficult to produce, I would provide more. And so that concludes our little show and tell. The one thing left that I can provide you is this. A little token of appreciation. A brush. Very fine, very thick, very compact. Produced from different fibers and materials. We give these to our first-time guests, and only our first-time guests. It's because we want to, again, not produce too many of these. We're not in mass market after all. We're in high-end luxury products that are reserved for the world's VIPs. And that's our own definition of VIPs. Okay. Well, I will wrap this in your packet. And I will leave you here to decide which products you will take. Again, you are only allowed to bring 3 unique items out of this doorway. With that, it has been a pleasure doing business with you. Once you have finalized your selections, you may exit this room and complete your purchase with our good friend over there, the one in the red suit. And he will provide the products in a moment. Thank you again for your business. Remember the rules. No social media. No talking about this anywhere else. This is only strictly confidential. And any breaking of the rules will end up, well, with a very difficult dispute in front of you. Thank you again.